Thank you, Chair Cahill, Chair Roush, and the committee and all the staff that have worked on these. In respect to your time, just two of us will speak, and we've asked other legislators to just stand behind us in support, so you don't have to have the same testimony repeated. I can speak to the history of the bill, and Rep. Owens can describe the impact it would have in his district. We also have later on a separate panel from the coalition supporting organizations, and Ava Toomey from Billerica, who made the video that went viral with the Girl Scouts from Billerica. She'll be speaking later on, and hers will be much more interesting testimony than ours. I hope I can. Sorry. I can't match Senator Feeney for her humor, though. We filed this bill together with a coalition of organizations supporting us, including MSPCA, Audubon, and New England Wildlife. We agreed the problem of owls and other wildlife being killed by rodenticides had reached crisis proportion, and rather than a ban, which would certainly take years, we needed a bill that would help the problem right away. Humane Society lawyers in Washington wrote the bill so we could avoid any conflict with an existing state or federal statute that might hold the bill up. And as it passed through the system, it was apparent to all of us that the committees, every committee that treated it, that worked on it, treated it like it was their own bill and made changes to make it better so it could pass quicker and be more effective. This bill, along with the changes, was engrossed by both the House and the Senate. And these two new bills, H.825 and S.487, are identical to the language that's already been engrossed in both bodies. We didn't even change punctuation. They're identical. Since we began working on this bill, our coalition has grown to 32 different outside organizations, including MSPCA, Audubon, New England Wildlife, Charles River Watershed, Massachusetts Veterinary Association, and the American Bird Foundation. Some are even original co-sponsors when the bill was filed. I've had the honor of releasing owls at both Cape Cod Wildlife and Cape Ann Wildlife, and also Hawkins the fox was named after me at Newhouse Wildlife, all because of this bill. This work doesn't have to all be drudgery. Some of it's fun. Sorry. I'm trying to be on my serious note here. I'm sorry. Research from Dr. Murray at Tufts shows that the link between escars and the death of birds of prey. Wildlife rescues are overwhelmed with cases of rodenticide poisoning. This bill would require electronic reporting by the pest control companies for the first time, and then require an annual report that's public and searchable. It also requires IPM pest control management for state-owned institutions, so escars cannot be the first line of defense. We urge you to release this bill quickly so we can make a difference in the use of these rodenticides as soon as possible. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Chair Cahill, Chair Roush, members of the committee. I did submit some written testimony. I'm kind of last minute sub in, so I won't repeat what I've already said, but I do want to talk a little bit about what's going on in my district regarding these. We are having an absolute boom in development in Cambridge and in Watertown, and that development brings a lot of construction, a lot of digging up of nests of rats. And as my colleague from Arlington mentioned, nobody wants rats, so the town got a lot of calls. And what they responded to those calls by blanketing the community with rat bait boxes. When we discussed this bill last session, I went out just to the end of my street, walked a half mile down, turned left, walked a half mile, counted 85 bait boxes. If I had walked a half mile in the other direction, I probably would have found 85 more. There's a combination of those put out by the city, by the utilities, by private property, near schools. Just lots of poison in our community, and no real accounting for how much is out there, how much is put into our ecosystem from each of those sources. And the more that's in the environment, the worse that it is for those birds of prey that eat the rats. They become easy pickings. They crawl out of the bait boxes, they get sick, the birds of prey see them, snatch them up, and then get the poison in their system. We heard about the eagle from Arlington. There's a red-tailed hawk at Oakley Country Club in my district that was brought to an animal hospital, died 2 days later of the poison. I've seen owls around Mount Auburn Cemetery, heard about owls around Mount Auburn Cemetery that have been similarly poisoned. There's currently a family of owls at Fresh Pond Reservation, great horned owls. A great horned owl will eat about 1,000, the family will eat about 1,000 rats, the equivalent of about 1,000 rats in a year. If we poison that one owl, that's 1,000 rats or mice or other rodents that will still be in our ecosystem. We're really defeating ourselves by poisoning these birds of prey. So I thank you for your time and your attention. I hope that you'll give this bill a favorable report. Thank you.
Thank you very much, everyone. Any other testimony from the panel? Thank you very much for all being here. Any questions from the committee? Seeing none,
I'll say thank you to the people behind me who are supporting us.
duly
See
noted.
on the screen how many.
Oh, we know. We'll be here. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, representatives. Thank you, Senator.